Hello YouTube, it is me, G-Man, back again. Today we're going to be checking out this game, or this, I guess, beta I've been wanting to check out for a while now. It's called Sprocket. It's a little tank designer game. I've seen a few videos on it. They all seem to be just random clickbait, and nobody actually goes through the scenarios. So that's what I'll be trying to do over the next few videos. I have done this before, and I suppose we'll be going through them in order. So we're going to be starting with probably the most boring scenario of them all, which will be no tanks land. But first, we'll create a new faction. We will be called, I don't know. What should we be called? The Steel Tank. I don't know. Co. Sure. Steel Tank Co. That works. Mark. Yeah, sure. Mark 36. Now, let's go Mark Dash. There we go. I don't want starter blueprints. So bam. We are now the Steel Tank Co. And we have no pre-designed things to use. So, let's get right into it. We are recording? Okay, perfect. Now, we got ourselves a World War I situation here. And as you can see, we have a very basic tank model in right here. It's got a turret, it's got road wheels, suspension, idler wheel, sprocket, return wheels, all this stuff. So, I'm not sure how I'm going to edit this quite yet. Whether or not it's going to be exciting enough to just watch me construct or very boring. But for the first video, I think I'll go through the whole thing. So, it's World War I. We are most certainly going to have to be crossing trenches, so the vehicle is going to have to be insanely long. Hold on a moment. Alright, so where was I? Long, yes, very long. Like, let's go with 9 meters. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That could probably cross a trench. I mean, obviously, if it was a practical vehicle, we'd want it to have pretty sloped armor. So I'll go with 60, I guess, in the upper front plate. And let's try to match it with the lower front plate. That's vaguely right. Mid strip is dumb, so we'll put the lower front plate, I don't know, probably at 60 degrees as well. Is my microphone still working? Good. Hopefully you didn't hear that. It's a very loud beep in my ear. Now, because it's World War I, I kind of want to have these tracks go like up and here. So I'm going to flatten this. Maybe give it a slight angle. 35 degrees. Obviously we'd want more, but you know. What can you do? Fenders, don't need those. We may not be able to do this. It may just have to be flat to get the tracks that I want. It's probably gonna be the case. So, powertrain, clutch braking, tracks. Excuse also very nice. There we go. Ha, that's funny. That should work. It is extraordinarily heavy for a World War I tank. 38 tons? Oh, Lord. What if we made it thinner? What if we made it 2 meters wide? Let's make it look really weird. Tell you what we could also do. A lot of that weight is just track. What you'd expect for having such long tracks. So, what if we made the tracks thinner? And in reality, you wouldn't want to do this because it would just sink into the mud, but because there is no mud sinking as far as I could tell, I think we'll be alright. Idler needs to be smaller. Yeah, that's alright, I guess. And the road wheels are too numerous, I guess. We go less per axle. And we'll make them a little bit wider. And no, we don't want interleaved. Spacing we don't care about. I kind of want that to be further out. Maybe we'll just go with a wider one. I guess that'll work. Lowering the weight just a little bit. Just call it the Mark I. Perfect. Very World War I style, just number. Yeah, that'll work. Well, I hope that's enough to cross a trench. Just in case, we'll put a thing on the back here. Let's make this flat first. Put a, what do you call these? A trench scoop? I don't know. Or not. I guess I can't put it on there. Alright. What is that all about? Hold on. We'll save and load it. I guess we do have pre-built designs. Am I not allowed to put this on here? Okay, I guess we won't have one. Fair enough. I'm not allowed to put anything. Hold on. Is there an issue with this? No. Alright, I guess we just won't. No fun things for us, I guess. Maybe we need our other components first. So let's think on that for a sec. So the turret is going to house a very small gun. I'm thinking, because it's World War I and we have no electric turret drive, so it's hand crank, so it's going to be slow, or it's going to be, yeah, it's just going to be slow. So we're left with the option of it being, ooh, it's a little not what I wanted. Yeah, go with that. That's a nice angle design. Very not World War I though. Maybe we'll do more flat. Nah, fuck it. We'll do the slope thing, optimizations and all that. We got room. Perfect. Also, we'll want to have the turret sit a little deeper in the hull. Well, a lot deeper in the hull. So we don't have to deal with that. And we'll bring it forward so we're not slamming the gun into the roof of the hull. What else to do? Okay, actual components now. Let's get the driver's port. Nice. And what else do we need? We need the gun mantle. So, what do we have? We got this, and none of them want to work because they're all too wonky. So maybe we will do a slightly. We can just do. We can do that. Well, let's do a little slope. Be a little fun with it. If we do this German mount, there we go. Be a little off to the left. So I can put the gunner's sight a little more in line. That's nice. Does this matter? Don't think so. What's the gun diversion angle looking like? 0 degrees. That doesn't seem right. Maybe we'll have a little more. How about now? -8 degrees. Okay. Alright, so maybe a bit bigger of a turret. How about that? How about now? -6 degrees. That's not good. But it's not as bad. Can we get the mount a little lower? How's that? Minus the... yeah. Alright. That's good. -11 degrees is pretty good. The gun is a little big, so I think we'll go down in its caliber. Let's go with a 50mm gun. It's World War I after all. Still using how heavy the shell is as a metric for how big the gun is, so quite some time ago. So our 95% burn off is a little longer than that. Let's go with 1.4 meters. Still too much, but I'm looking at the weight here. So this is the offset of the gun. So the more balanced it is, so the smaller that blue line is, the better. So it looks like we're too far backward right now, because as I increase the counterweight of the gun, the line just gets bigger. So we're gonna have to make it either longer or heavier. To make it heavier, we need to increase these numbers. So let's go with 100 millimeters. That's not enough. Let's go with 50 on the end thickness, and then let's go with 40 on both. Ooh, that's too far. 30 and 30. Other way now. 35. That's pretty close. And 32. No, didn't like that. 31. There you go. No bar. So this will be our new 50mm gun. A little too long, pretty accurate. We won't want any shells in the hull. That would be light, so let's do 50 AP rounds, 50 APHE. It says APHE, it's just HE, basically. 75% of the penetration rate. It has a very high explosive effect when you shoot things, though. So you'll see that when we start shooting things here eventually. Type of muzzle brake do we want? French, German, other German, British. Let's go with French. I like the T-block. It's nice. Yes. Let's go back up to mobility. Look at the engine. So, underpowered, medium. Underpowered, underpowered, underpowered. Severely underpowered. That's lovely. Well, what if... Okay, so our custom engines can only go to 6 cylinders, but we can do a 24-liter V6. But it can only operate at 1,100 RPM. So we'll set it up as such. So it's only slow, which is a good start for a World War I vehicle, I would say. Slow is what we end up with when we have no capability to construct engines that are required for such long vehicles, especially because the armor we're going to have is going to be a lot. As much as we can have. Yep. Let's armor up the ass too. Yep, don't want anything on that. And then the roof and the belly, we'll leave at 30. We could probably go down to, yeah, we could go down to 25. Save us some mass. And there. That'll be 52 millimeters at any reasonable angle we might be expected to come across. And considering our own gun, which is the 50 millimeter with the 1.2 meter long shell, we've only got 56.9 millimeters of penetration, and this is a rather large, or a very penetrative gun for this era, I would say. Or as can be reasonably expected, I should say. So it'd be like there before you start to penetrate on the very front. Yeah, alright. Armor is acceptable. Now the turret armor, obviously. Ring, we don't need, but it's so little, so let's just increase it. The roof, we, again, don't need that much. But the cheeks and the front, we do. Let's continue that all the way around because it's World War I and you never know when you might get shot in the back of the turret. Looks alright. Alright. Now, the fun part, we get to put things on it. So, crew. Let's give a driver's crew head, sure. Will we have a co-driver? Probably not. Oh, it is World War I, so maybe we will. We just won't give him a hatch. He'll have to go at the bottom. How about that? Oh, no, that'd probably be a bad idea. Let's give him his own thing. His own hatch. The mechanics of that. He wouldn't be able to stick his head out while we're going along. We'll give him his own machine gun. There we go. Very nice. Could try and do a coaxial machine gun. Very strange. Hopefully the gunner's sight isn't messed up by that. Very strange layout of that. Should we give another turret on top? No, this is World War I. Maybe we'll do that in the interwar. They like their multi-turreted designs in the interwar. Lights. We've got nowhere to mount the lights properly, like on the fenders. So I guess we'll go like here. That'll work behind the mountings for the idler wheel. What else? Rear lights. Big old rear lights back there. Can we put this on now? Because I'm mounting things. Yes! Perfect. Alright. Hopefully that might save us if we need to ram our ass onto a piece of a trench. We don't fall in and die. It's only 30 tons so far, which is impressive considering how long it is. We'll even have enough for 2. How much? We can have 75 tons? Oh my goodness. What a severely underpowered vehicle a 75 ton would be. a Commander's Cupola. I always use this one. Let's go with this one. Let's go with this one. Let's give it an antenna. And we got viewports, we got the gunner's sight. Now let's give the gunner and the loader a crew hatch. That's nice. Alright. Let's do let's put the loader on the other side. Let's give him a wonky angle. Just to make it all weird. Stowages. Stowages are always fun. Let's put some on there. Back of the turret? Nah. Let's put one back here though. It's a big one. Yeah. Alright. Utilities, of course. We must have many utilities. We've got such a long surface here. Let's put a log on and then the, what do you call it? Barrel cleaner device thing? I don't know. A stick with a sponge on the end? Sounds about right. And then we got some tools and some more tools. And some cables for when we inevitably stock, but we can't use them, so it doesn't really matter, but it looks cool nonetheless. There we go. We got stuff. Oh, and of course, we must have... No, that's the centerline evacuation hatch underneath the turret. Always need one of those. This is World War I, so we can put a whole bunch of machine guns on if we want to. Well, we could do that anyway, but it's more reasonable to do it in World War I. So we'll have some backwards mounted machine guns and some side mounted machine guns. No, we got the two ones on the front. That'll be fine. And with structural, sure. Let's put some little plates around, some sort of maintenance doors for all the pieces of the suspension and engine. Little maintenance hatches. I really can't see because of these dots, but that's fine. Yes, something like that. That's good. Oh, and of course, I forgot the most important parts. The engine bits. Let's move our log forward slightly. Very important, the log. Let's put these up here, sure. Let's give ourselves... Just do a single big exhaust and then a big circle vent in the back for that 24-liter V6. What a ridiculous concept. Right. Fuel tanks. Let's put a fuel tank back here. And then we'll put some more random hatches around. Can't be, it's asymmetric. We gotta do it symmetrical. Do some back here. There we go. Random holes to be messed with. There we go. Alright, and then what else we got? Ah, yes, some of these things. Little spots to shove ammunition in and pull it out. These are always fun to have. These ones I find very big, so I don't tend to put them on. I could scale them down, but then they just look weird, because, like, yeah, looks weird. some more pull bars on the front. I guess on the back as well, why not? That looks right. It's very not World War I, but I think I'm going to put some spare tracks on the front. Perhaps, yes, here. That's what I wanted to do here. There we go. Some lovely extra track segments. Always fun to have. And now, we have an extreme excess of internal space. I know what we could do. We could mess with the transmission. How about we make the ratios for forward and back like crazy? Let's go for a 10 and then a 6. And then we'll do a maximum or a minimum of 2. 10, 6, 2. Yeah, that might be too much. Let's do 5 and then 1. 5 and then 1. Hopefully that'll be alright. I'm not sure. The World War I transmissions are a little iffy. I would say make it smaller, but we need it to be long to cross trenches. We could make it thinner, I guess. Let's go 1.8 meters, and hopefully that doesn't mess with anything. It's not too bad. Doesn't break anything too much. How about 1.6 meters? Now it's starting to mess with the turret. It's probably because the turret ring is a maximum diameter. Yes, okay. Go back to 1.8 meters and increase that turret ring size to 1.8 meters again. I think that'll be all we can do. Because I think 9 meters will be long enough, maybe 8 might be as well. I suppose we could try 8. A little lighter. Only 27 tons. Oh, we're so close to the... We could try 7 meters. We'd have 3 vehicles. Oh, but... 3 vehicles though? Is that going to be enough? Well, not enough. It's more of, can I cross trenches while only being 7 meters long? What's 7.5 meters? 7.2 meters? 7.1 meters. 7.05 meters. There we go. We'll have 3. I don't like how the suspension's gone in the front though. There we go. I want that. Alright, well we've... oh, I just looked at the turret. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back to that. Let's go with 2 vehicles at 30 tons. Yeah, that'll work. 2 vehicles at 30 tons will work. You just fill it up with fuel. That'd be unnecessary. 800 liters is already unnecessary. But we'll just go with it. Oh, and of course, we could do paint. Camouflage? I don't think so. Let's just go with a color. Let's go with a brown, yeah? Or a gray, a dark gray. Let's make it poor condition. And, oh, what? There we go. And make it like, I don't know, grimy. There you go. Very gross. Scale is irrelevant. Roughness. I don't know what that's doing, but let's put it on 50%, I guess. Metallic. 50%, sure. A little darker, perfect. Oh wait, hold on. That was a good number. Hold on. There we go. Perfect. Alright. Gray, mucky camouflage for the World War I tank. Now, let's see if it moves. It does move. We're already in 3rd gear, so that's fun. Okay, how long did it take us? Oh, we're just immediately out of 2nd, okay. So okay, so the transmission's a little wonky. Let's go with 8, and then also 8. Let's go with 2, sorry. Let's go with, I don't know, 0.8. Give that a go. I really like swapping between that now. Let's maybe go back to 10. And then up to 5, I don't know. Leave it at 0.8. It really doesn't like it now. Well, maybe we'll leave it at 2 then. I don't really know what I'm doing with the transmissions. I'm just going for it. Oh, that's better. It likes the 2. Alright, we'll leave it with 2. Doesn't seem to be killing the engine as we go. Now the actual turret. How are we rotating? We can't do powered traverse because it's World War I. Let's do a 75 ratio. And we'll accelerate at 2 degrees a second and then top out at 4.8. That's not good, but that's all we got. Need a better ratio for this. 8.5. Sure, that works. Still got rounds. All right. Oh. Or mantle armor is fixed. It's 100 millimeters. Okay. Works for me. There's our 2nd version of the land ship. How do we turn? Poorly. As to be expected. But not too bad. The twin transmission turning in this game is a little wonky. Stationary it works fine, but but in motion it's kind of bad. So I tend to avoid it unless I'm using a self-propelled gun. So now we begin our World War I escapade. We advance forward. And I really do hate this mission because of just how slow these vehicles are and how unbelievably annoying the artillery is. So what we're going to do is we're going to be a little cheeky and we're going to flank a bit. We're going to go over that way to a point where I know the artillery doesn't land. And I'm going to... Ah, Lord. World War I. Can we please just go up the hill? Can we just go up the hill? Ugh. Yes, let's go up the hill. There we go. Beautiful. We're being shot, but with 40 millimeters of armor and how bad the guns are at this era, we'll be fine. Assuming we're not detracked, which we might be because of our huge tracks. So we'll find out how well that works. We were just shot by our friendly, thank goodness. Thank goodness we brought him along. Oh, he actually killed something. Impressive. face this man and shoot him, I guess. Let's take a look. Slow traverse, go! Oh, and we didn't even have to shoot him. Perfect. Unfortunately, that's about all the help our ally will be. You see, I'm turning right, but it turns left. Still turning right. Full power right. I would say the twin transmission would have been better, but I know even at this speed it doesn't want to work. So I guess we'll just stick with the clutch braking. I may just speed up this part so you don't have to see the incredibly long and very boring journey from point A to point B. Alright, we have reached... Oh, we've almost reached it. Oh, come on. See, okay, I'm trying to turn left right now. It's not working. Oh my god. Beautiful. There we go. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, clutch braking transmission. You can do it. Yeah! Let's go. Again, the only part where the twin transmission would go better than that. And now we cross the trench. And you may be thinking to yourself, well, gee man, you know, that was a lot longer than it needed to be. And you are absolutely right. Unfortunately, this game's modeling of tracks isn't great as of yet. It is in beta, so I do expect it to improve. But if you if you end up slamming into the trench wall too fast, your track clips through the surface, and so you end up with the situation with your road wheels just touching the ground on the other side. Which means if your front road wheels aren't already on the other side, you end up with just the front of your hull plowing into the ground. So we have to make it such that most of our vehicle is on the other side before we actually begin to transfer over. But now that we've done so, things are looking alright. Has our ally progressed at all? He is actually not dead, which is shocking for the AI. Perhaps the vehicle I made was truly that good at crossing the trenches. He actually did. Wow, he did cross the first trench line. You'll see later on up here when we meet enemy tanks how that might have killed him right there. That artillery strike. See, is his track still moving? No, it is. But he is now totally stuck. Which is another thing. You cannot enter these holes in the ground. Ooh, we made it. All right. Come on now. Oh, can't make it up this incline. Oh, and our engine is damaged now. That's great. Oh no, this minor incline has completely immobilized my vehicle. Whatever will we do? Again, the tracks in this game do not work yet. Like, it's as bad as War Thunder. Like, I should... do you see the surface that I am slipping on? It is mud. I am not moving in just dirt. Like, it's not soup. It's not rock face. I'm immobilized here. Perhaps we'll give it another go. Let's redesign the vehicle because this is not working. Alright, I think I've come up with a better design. We got the Mark II with 3 crew members and a lot lighter because of a lot less armor. Oh, I haven't scaled back the turret yet. Hold on. I went to 10 millimeters on the roof. And I made the front, lower, and side, everything basically 20 millimeters. And I've increased the angle in all of them. So the effective thickness is the same, but of course, the actual thickness is less. Some standard World War II tank design concepts. But I didn't think I'd have to apply them in World War I to get these vehicles across the trenches, but here we are now. The vehicle is 6 meters long, 1.3 meters wide. It's rather... well, it's faster, which is why I can still cross trenches. Oh, I don't know how, but I've managed to get it to a 32-liter V8 despite it only having 6 cylinders. That's interesting. How did I do that? It's a V6. Okay, hold on. Did I manage to break the game? Let's hold on. How fast can we go now? Still reasonably fast. But it is actually slower. Okay, so I managed to break the game somehow and giving me a faster engine. I don't think we'll do that. We'll keep the regular non-broken engine. But as you can see, it's got 7.1 kilowatts per ton, which is pretty nice. Fuel has gone down quite significantly to 100 liters, and most of the ammunition is stored in the hull. So we can go up even further now that the engine is not bugged out. And now we'll edit this around, make it look nice. Let's skip the extended rear. Oh. And oh, hold on, I'll be right back. Alright. What else are we doing? Yes. Things that make it look nice. Antenna stowage. Let's do one of these in the back. Can we do these on the side? Yes, we can. Let's do a pair of those. Let's do some lights. Have fenders this time, so we'll put them on the fenders. Put a log in the back. Or not. Guess no log allowed. That's fine. So put the exhaust on there then. Have the log up there. Perfect. Tools. More tools. Can have some that. Cable, that's the word I'm looking for. One of these, and I guess one of these to go at the top. And go for a very strange coaxial machine gun. Let's move over things. There we are. Much more modern design, but unfortunately that's what I've had to go with. Very much a not 1919 looking vehicle, more of a like a 1930s looking vehicle here. But so be it. We can go a blistering 13 kilometers an hour now though, so that's nice. We'll give it an actual camouflage to go with its fancy, futuristic design. Look at that, the blistering speed of 10 kilometers an hour. And we've got the twin transmission now, so we can effectively rotate in place. So I have to stop and do that. Very fast. It doesn't work as well when you're moving very fast. Well, it can, you just need the right transmissions, or the right gearing in the transmission to do that. It's just in World War I style, we don't really have more than 3 gears in either direction, so that's not going to happen. And so for us to turn, we will have to stop. That being said, we can go on our little flanking maneuver that I did before in a little more of a speedy way. You know, I may just make the first vehicle a bit of a time lapse, because that was quite some time that we spent struggling to get over the terrain. Now that we're getting shot at, we should probably stop, turn, and face the enemy. shot at by something over yonder. Hello. Short. A little short. We went with the 50mm gun again, in case you're wondering. Still short again. How's that? Oh, still short. My goodness. Oh, we've lost a vehicle to an AT gun. It's to be expected. A lot less armor now. Aha! Anti-tank gun destroyed. So any vehicle like that, who is sideways, is now at a much greater threat to itself. See, there's the knocked out one, which was sideways to the enemy. Hopefully with our excessive speed now we can cross these trenches without too much of an issue. We'll find out momentarily, of course. See, there we go. We're going fast enough that I could actually manage to turn. Yes. Okay, here we go. Moment of truth. Cross the trenches. 7 kilometers an hour, 6. Ooh. Can we do it? Oh my goodness, we did it. In a stunning display of engineering, the vehicle has crossed the trench. And we have to find a spot where it is still level to cross over here, and I'm liking that spot right there. Lost another tank to AT gunfire, which is unfortunate. Okay, let's line her up, back her up. Line up again. And full beans. Yeah. The blistering 12 kilometers an hour, we crossed the trench, and we've done it. We've successfully crossed 2 trench lines. Oh my goodness. The blistering speed was enough to overcome the hazardous terrain. This is where we got stuck before. This tiny crater was enough to disable our vehicle. Are you alive? Yes. And now you are not. Ooh, careful. Don't get shot in the side. You are there. When he has a friend that is closer, further. And have at you! Ah. Short. As you can see with the APHE, it's a very large explosion. Ah. Destroyed. And now further away. You? No. Over there in some direction. Aha! You! Have at you as well! Ah! There we are. Switch back to armor piercing. I think we've destroyed all anti-tank guns. We do still have a spare vehicle running around back there. Hopefully it's not deleted by the artillery. Although, it might be. With that limited of armor, it might just die. I should mention you shouldn't go in these because it's just a hole that's been covered by mud, so you'll just die if you go in there. We have 5 rounds until we have to start pulling from the want to get stuck here. I don't want to get hit by our own artillery. No, we've lost another tank to artillery. Well, we must see if we can cross somewhere over here. This might be flat enough for us to cross. Let's hope so. Let's get some wind up on it. We're gonna aim to cross right there. Okay, go. I'm a little concerned with this mud. Oh, we've made it. And we haven't sunk into the mud. Now we just gotta stop and turn. Excellent. We have almost made it to the enemy's trench line, and we have yet to be blown up by our own artillery, which is wonderful. Now where to cross here? Probably there. That's where I'm willing to give it a go. Let's back up. Ourselves a little bit. Oh, we've damaged our engine, despite setting the limit, so it's not actually. Yeah, you see it keeps jumping up to 1200 RPM, despite the engine not being capable of doing so. Ooh. Excellent! We have done it. We have crossed 4 trench lines, and now onto our proper final objective. Let's see if we can destroy 75% of the artillery pieces. It's dangerous going into that mud there, but it's worked out. Hopefully our engine doesn't explode by the time we get over here. You can do it, machine. I believe. I actually don't. I have no faith in this machine whatsoever. It may be that we just get over here and our engine dies immediately. But hopefully not. I'm surprised that we have yet to run into enemy vehicles. Usually there is at least one tank over here. A hostile tank, that is. But it appears that there are none this time. Perhaps that's only the case when you have designed heavy tanks to do it. Bang! One artillery piece is no longer. It's too far down. We don't have the depression angle to engage this one. Come now. Elevate the gun. I'm trying to keep it stationary. Ah. There. That is 2. I'm slightly concerned because, as you can see in the bottom right, our vehicle, our progress bar for victory is not going up. So the game may have died. I'm fairly sure there's 7 artillery pieces, or there's 10 artillery pieces maybe? Not sure. But we will kill all that we can, and if it is not complete, we will claim that we have completed our objective. No luck on that one. And now we have to start loading from the hull, which means it'll take 50% longer. Swap over to APHE, I suppose. I think we will after this shell. I'm fairly sure that was 75% of the guns, but we will kill the rest just to make sure that it is in fact the game that has decided not to work. Press the gun further, that would be excellent. Here we are. I'm pretty sure we have already eliminated 75% of the artillery. We'll kill this one. Oh, a little higher. There we are. All the artillery is destroyed. But the game must have broken because our objective is not complete. So, I'm going to call that a victory. Despite the fact that no enemy tanks spawned and all of the artillery is dead, I will call that a victory. Because I do not want to drive across no man's land again, because that is exceedingly boring. So I will return to you, perhaps in the next part, with the next video, in the next mission, the interwar period.